Buying a used car should feel exciting. But for a lot of people, it ends with a strange feeling. Something was hidden. You inspect the vehicle carefully. You ask questions. You compare prices. Maybe you even bring a mechanic. And still, a few weeks later, problems start appearing. Transmission issue. Electrical problems. Repair costs nobody mentioned. And suddenly you realize the car wasn't exactly a lie, but it also wasn't the truth. Okay. What's interesting is that this feeling goes far beyond cars. More and more people feel this way about modern life itself. Like everyone is selling something. An image, personality, a version of reality carefully edited for advantage. And slowly trust starts disappearing. Most dishonest selling doesn't look dramatic. It's subtle. People simply emphasize the positives and quietly minimize the negatives. Low mileage, smooth driving, great fuel economy, excellent condition. Meanwhile, the deeper problems remain hidden in the background. And honestly, most buyers already sense this while purchasing. You can almost feel the performance happening in real time. But here's the deeper question. Why has this become normal? Because modern culture rewards persuasion more than transparency. The better someone markets something, the more successful they often become. Not just in car sales, everywhere. Social media, business, politics, dating, even spirituality sometimes. Image has become more important than truth. There's another psychological layer underneath all this. Most people don't consciously choose dishonesty every morning. Much of it is mechanical. This is what I call the one-gear mind. Person learns, if I reveal too much truth, I lose advantage. And then that pattern repeats automatically, generation after generation, industry after industry. Nobody pauses long enough to question it. That's the important part. Pause, because if you didn't pause, you didn't choose. You simply repeated. And most of human life works exactly like this. People inherit emotional habits, ambitions, fears, reactions, even identities without deeply examining them. A crowded mind repeats the past. An aware mind begins to see something new. This is why consumer trust disappears slowly over time. Buyers become suspicious. Sellers become defensive. Everyone expects manipulation before the conversation even begins. And eventually, dishonesty stops feeling unethical. It starts feeling normal. That's dangerous psychologically, because once deception becomes socially accepted, people stop relating honestly altogether. Not only in business, in relationships too. People stop saying what they actually feel. They start managing impressions. And the strange thing is, most people already know this. You already know when someone is exaggerating. You already know when behavior feels artificial. But people continue participating anyway because repetition feels safer than awareness. There's a simple idea I think about sometimes. An earthworm doesn't wake up trying to look moral. It doesn't try to appear useful. It doesn't build an identity around being good. It simply lives according to its nature. And indirectly it nourishes the earth. Human beings often do the opposite. We become so obsessed with appearing ethical, successful, spiritual, trustworthy, intelligent, or helpful that we slowly disconnect from direct honesty. The performance replaces reality. And ironically, that's often where dishonesty begins. Not because people are evil, but because image quietly takes control. What's interesting is that some societies still maintain higher levels of trust. In parts of Northern Europe, for example, transparency is culturally respected more strongly. People are more likely to disclose defects openly because reputation matters long term. Consumer laws are stricter, and social trust itself has value. Dishonesty still exists there. Of course it does. But hiding flaws hasn't become as psychologically normalized. That difference matters more than people realize, because societies are built less by laws and more by repeated behavior. Ironically, honesty has become powerful again precisely because it's rare. When someone openly says, "This product isn't perfect," or "Here's where the problem is," people relax because transparency feels human. And maybe that's the deeper issue underneath this entire conversation. Most people can accept flaws. Damages trust is concealment. A hidden flaw hurts less than a hidden truth. And maybe that's what modern life is slowly teaching people. Not that perfection is impossible, but that without awareness, without pause, without honesty, everything eventually starts feeling like performance. And once every interaction feels performative, even ordinary life begins to feel like a gamble.